Watching live. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to get started in clearing your financial blocks by working with your ancestors. Okay. Now, those of you who are watching live, go ahead and type in live in the chat. Okay. I am here live from sunny South Florida. Today is actually sunny. Okay, live from South Florida. And if you're watching this on the replay, all is one, Priestess Olaia. All right. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and type in replay. Okay. As you guys know, right, when you type in replay, it boosts up the live and the algorithm so that more people are able to see it. Okay, and we're able to impact more lives. Share the live, share this with your friends and family, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's get right into it. So today's topic is about clearing financial blockages by working with your ancestors. And true to fashion, I have my notes here. If you see me looking down, it's because I need to be organized, or else I will start talking and then never stop talking. Okay, all right. And so let's have all is one, all is one. I see some of you trickling in. So let's have a conversation real quick. All right. Why is it important to work with your ancestors, just in general? Forget about the money, forget about the financial blockages, forget all of that. Let's talk about why is it important to work with your ancestors. Talk to me in the chat. All is one, Oshun Kemebi, all is one, Egbe, all is one, right? Why is it important to work with your ancestors? Talk to me in the chat. I'll give you an example. Actually, I'm going to tell you a story because my note says tell story about why it's important to work with your ancestors. You see, I'm trying to stay organized. Okay. All right. So why work with your ancestors? So I'll tell you a little story. So I had a client of mine. She did the customized ancestor ritual with me. All right. This is a service that I offer. We work together for 21 days and we are harmonizing your energetic field with the energy of your ancestors. So this allows you to reconnect with yourself. This allows you to understand your purpose on a deeper level. This allows you to understand your legacy. This allows you to understand your spiritual gifts. And your ancestors actually will start speaking to you. Now, how do your ancestors speak to you? There are many, many different ways that your ancestors speak to you, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But it is very important to start your practice with working with your ancestors. Okay, and so in this story, we ended up working together with her ancestors. Okay, and about 2 weeks within the ritual that we were doing together, I had her do an exercise where she was to call her parents or anyone in her family that she has a good relationship with, and ask questions about her ancestors. When's the last time you've done that, right? When's the last time you've had a conversation with your grandma? When's the last time you had a conversation with your grandfather? When's the last time you had a conversation with your mom about your family, about your ancestors, right? And so I had her do this exercise to go speak to her family about her ancestors. Lo and behold, she found out that one of her ancestors, like that she has ancestry and I'm sorry, that her ancestors are Native Americans. Now, don't ask me which tribe. I cannot remember which tribe. I don't even know if she knew that much, but she knew that her ancestors were Native Americans, right? Native indigenous people to the Americas, to North America specifically, right? And so because of that, she also found out that she was entitled to some land, right? And so this began her whole journey. Number one, right? Let's say that, and we're still working together, right? Let's say that nothing comes out of this, right? Let's say that she's, she, upon digging that, the facts are not solid enough for her to get the land, or nothing, or she thought she was going to be able to get the land, but it doesn't work out the way that she thought. The very fact that she found out that her ancestors are Native Americans, isn't that powerful in itself? Type in a 7 in the chat if you're with me. Isn't that powerful in itself? And then secondly, it opened her mind to the possibility of owning land. And so whether it works or not, that mind is already stretched. There's no going back, right? Just the mere thought of I could possibly hold land already expanded her entire relationship with wealth, her entire view of money, the way that she sees money, the way that she understands money, right? And so just reconnecting with her ancestors was able to do that. And number three, she started the process to go and find land. Don't you think that that land is going to be bought at some point in her lifetime? Absolutely, right? Taking the action, calling the right people, researching. How do I do this? What's step one? What's step two? All of that is telling the universe, right? Is telling a bon Dieu, is telling the higher power, Oludumare, I'm ready for this land. And so guess what? She's going to get her land. And so it could be something as simple as finding out that your ancestors are Native Americans and you've got some land waiting for you. Or it could just be a sense of pride that my ancestors were Native Americans, right? And it could be just a sense of pride of knowing one of my ancestors owned land. So can I. Type in a 7 if that makes sense, all right? Oshun Kemebi says, who knows you better than them? They are you in every sense. They are spirit. They are your spirit. They are your body. They are your mind. Absolutely. Asheo, ashe. Hello, everyone on Facebook. How you doing? I know I don't get to see you guys when I'm talking to you, Facebook. Every time you guys type in the comments, I don't get to see them until the end. Okay. So I will go back and watch the live just to see what I could do differently, how I could be better. And then I will respond to your comments. Okay. All right. Back to you, YouTube. Okay. And so that is the importance of working with your ancestors. Now, let's talk about what is a financial blockage, right? What does it mean to have a financial blockage? What does that mean exactly? Okay. Write this in your notes. Those of you who are writing notes. A financial blockage is an emotional, mental, or energetic barrier. It is an invisible block that is preventing money from flowing to you easily. I'm going to repeat that. All right. A financial blockage is an emotional, a mental meaning your thoughts, right? Limiting beliefs, right? Energetic barriers. There are some energies that you're holding on to that you inherited from your ancestors that you don't even know about. There's some energies that you're holding on to from around your house, right? There's some energies that you're holding on to based on your environment. There's some energies that you're holding on to based on the people that you frequent, based on your circle, based on your friends. I'm just saying, all right? All right. So these are energetic barriers, energetic blocks that are preventing the money from flowing to you easily. Remember, everybody, money is energy. I'm going to repeat that. Money is energy. Money is a currency. It is a current. You know what else is a current? Water is a current. Electricity is a current. Air is a current. All right. And so when I talk to you, and not every air, okay, let me rephrase that. Some examples of currents. Okay. Some examples of currents. Water current, electricity current, right? Air current. Type in an 8 in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And so what do we know about currents? What do we know about currency? They must always be flowing. They must always be flowing. Water is a current. Money is a currency. It is always flowing. And so if you're not experiencing that flow, there is a block. You have a financial block. Now, which block is it? Now, that's where the work begins. Type it in the 8 in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay? And so a financial block are the mental blocks, the emotional blocks, the energetic blocks that are keeping the flow of money from coming to you effortlessly. That is a financial block. Okay. What are some examples of financial blocks? Oshun Kemebi says it's like the current energy is reflecting of the direction, the 4 directions in our lives. Absolutely. Ashe. Okay. Now, what are some examples of a financial block? Kat, how do I know I have a financial block? I'll give you an example. That pesky credit score of yours that you've been working on for years that just won't go up, that is a financial block. Cat, I've been working on my credit. My credit's been stuck at the same number for years. That is a financial block. I'm helping you identify these financial blocks. Pay attention here. I'm helping you identify these financial blocks because they might be happening to you, but you just think that's just the way it is. That's just life. That's just the way it is. It is what it is. My credit score has always been this way. That it is what it is. I have all these things in collections. I'll get to it when I get to it. Not noticing that this is a block. That this is asking you to pay attention. This is asking you, please take a look at me. Right? Okay. Another example is having trouble savings. This is a big one. I see this a lot in my clients. Money goes in and it goes out. As a matter of fact, a lot of times the money comes, the money's already spent before it even makes it to your bank account. Before it even makes it to your bank account, it's already spent. Type in a 3 in the chat if I'm speaking your truth. Right? There's no shame in that. No shame. Okay. The next is savings, having trouble saving. Oh, I already said that. The anxiety around money. Okay. I'm trying to look at my notes here. Okay. All right. Having anxiety around money, right? It's time to pay the bills every first of the month. It's like the heart palpitations start. Oh, I got this bill due. Where am I? I gotta find this money. I gotta transfer this money to that. I gotta transfer from this account to that account. I gotta overdraft that account to be able to pay that account. I'm gonna borrow from this person to pay that person. All this anxiety. That is a financial block, right? Another big one is feast and famine. 1 minute you got a big lump sum of money. This is me. This is me right here. This is something I've been working on for years, actually. And it wasn't until I started involving my ancestors that it started to get better and better and better. And this is something that I'm still dealing with. And I'm here to tell you, especially those of you who are business owners, right? There can be a lot of shame and guilt around this. Having a big lump sum of money, then it goes away. Big lump sum of money, it goes away. Big lump sum of money, it goes away. Big lump sum of money, it goes away. That is very common with business owners. And yes, it is a financial block, but shaming yourself isn't going to fix it. Guilting yourself isn't going to fix it. Saying, I need to do better and I'm going to do better. And I need to sounds like you're judging yourself. I need to sounds like you're shaming yourself. I need to sounds like you have guilt. It's not that I need to, it's I'm going to. I have to. I should. All of these are judgments that you're passing on to yourself. I should. I need to. I should be able to. I should have. That's all coming from shame. It's all coming from guilt. And that's why it's not getting any better. Because there's no healing that comes from shame. I'm going to repeat that. There is no healing that comes from shame. Every time I say a word that I know you guys needed to hear, I pause naturally because I'm like, hey, and sometimes I needed to hear that. There's no healing that comes from shame. All right. Those of you who are just joining us, all right, welcome. I just saw some of you pop in, right? If you don't know, I talked about this on Friday and last week on Monday, right? I'm having the 30-day ancestor harmonization ritual. I literally, I announced this on Monday and we're almost sold out. I literally have 2 spots left. I actually have a little bit more because there's some people, there are some people who haven't paid, right? And that's okay. All right. It's okay because it's on the 15th, right? We start on the 15th. So today is what? Today's the 9th. We've got plenty of time, right? But I am capping it at 25. As soon as I receive 25 payments, it's done. Right. So you can wait till the last minute to pay. But if the spots are gone, I'm sorry, your spot is gone. OK. And so in this 30-day ancestor harmonization ritual. All right. We're going to be working with your ancestors. So the first week, I'm trying to multitask here. So let me actually hold on here. Let me actually put put the link here in the chat, and it should be already on the chat here for you guys on Facebook. All right, it should already be here, but let me go ahead and copy and paste this. Okay, so go ahead and click on the link. I put it on Facebook, and I put it here on YouTube. All right, you don't have to commit today, right? You don't have to commit. Just go ahead and click on the link so that you can learn more. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit more about the ritual. So we're going to be together for 30 days. And the purpose of this ritual is to harmonize your energetic field, right? You have your aura, you have all of this energy around you, your entire and your internal energetic field, right? We're going to cleanse your entire energetic field in the first part. The second part, we're going to harmonize, right? We're going to cleanse. Imagine that your body is a magnet. Okay? Imagine that your body is a magnet for all the blessings, all the happiness, all the peace, all the things that you are meant to have, all the abundance that you are meant to have. But what happens is throughout our lifetimes, we collect traumas. We collect sorrows. We collect heartbreak. We collect betrayal. We collect disappointment. We collect all these things, and now it affects our ability to magnetize, to attract all the blessings that belong to us. Type in an 8 in the chat if that made sense. All right. Imagine that your body is a magnet, and throughout life, you started picking up things that don't really belong to you, and they started sticking to you. And so all of the blessings, all of the peace, all of the abundance that you're looking for is right in front of you. But your magnet is full. There's no room on your magnet for it. And so we must cleanse. We must cleanse these things that we're holding on to, these things, these energies, these blockages that no longer serve us. So that's the first part. We're going to be cleansing. The second part is, now that we're cleansed, now we're going to magnetize ourselves, to harmonize ourselves with the energy of our ancestors. And once we do that, we're getting to work. Okay. So that credit score that just won't go up, we're working on that. That relationship issue that you have with your spouse or your significant other that you just can't seem to break through, we're working on that. Right? That job, that career advancement that you've been eyeing, but you've been too shy, that promotion you've been eyeing, but you've been too shy to apply for it, we're working on that. That business idea that you've had in the back of your mind, but you're too scared to start it, we're working on it. Whatever it is that your ancestors have for you, whatever gifts, whatever form of abundance they have for you, we're going to get it. Okay. So go ahead and click on the link. It's on Facebook, and it's also on YouTube. All right. Go ahead and click on the link just so you can learn more. You don't have to commit. Right? You don't have to commit just yet. You don't need to sign up right away. Just go into the chat. You'll learn about the ritual and decide, is this something you're ready to commit to, right? Because it's 30 days of working with your ancestors. And so some of you may not be able to do it. Some of you might be traveling and you may not be able to do it. Whatever the case is, right? It's okay. But go ahead and click on the link just so you can learn about the ritual and then decide if this is something you want to commit to. Okay? So let's get back into the live. All right. Okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to financial blockages, all right, so let's continue to have this conversation real quick. Sorry about that. I'm trying to multitask here, all right? So when it comes to financial blockages, right, these financial blockages don't start with us. As a matter of fact, these financial blockages, right, such as patterns of scarcity, right, the feast and famine. 1 minute I have money, the other I'm scraping by. Right? I have money, I don't have money. I have money, I don't have money. My credit score won't go up. My savings won't get past a certain level. I have trouble keeping money, right? Whatever it is, whatever that financial blockage is, it did not start with you. Fears around money, cycles of poverty, right? These started with your ancestors. But here's the thing though, and we're not here to blame our ancestors and say, oh my God, I saw this meme the other day. It said, I didn't inherit I didn't inherit $1 million or whatever. It said something about not inheriting a lot of money. I inherited poverty and trauma or something like. Why did I even bring it up? I can't remember the meme. I just remember laughing because it was just like, yeah, right. Our parents just didn't know any better. Okay, they didn't know any better. We're not here playing the blame game. We're not saying, oh my God, auntie such and such, grandma such and such, great grandma such and such. Why did you do this to me? Why did you pass this down to me? That's not what we're here for. We're here to acknowledge that it didn't start with us. Type in a 9 in the chat if you're with me. It didn't start with you. So all of that guilt that you're holding on around your money, all of that shame that you have around your money, I should be doing better. I should be. All that I should be's. I can't believe I didn't. I should have. All of that, right? It didn't start with you. Understanding that it didn't start with you allows you to forgive yourself. Type in a 9 in the chat if you're with me, right? It allows you to forgive yourself. And so the good news is understanding that these financial blockages did not start with you allows you to work on it, allows you to unblock it, allows you to transform it, allows you to heal it. Type in a 9 in the chat if you're with me. Okay? Now, the good news is our ancestors may have gone through all of these hardships, whether it was enslavement through colonization, displacement, poverty, right? Betrayal, being stolen from. No matter what they went through, they are now in a position to help you overcome them. They are now in a position to see the big picture. They are now in a position to see what you don't see. They are now in a position to help you shift your perspective. They are now in a position to review where they went wrong. And so they can help you. Type in a 9 if you're with me. I don't see any 9s in the chat. Yes, your ancestors went through enslavement. Yes, your ancestors went through colonization. Yes, your ancestors were stolen from. Yes, your ancestors were displaced. But they are now in a position to be able to see a bird's eye view to help you say, hey, baby girl, when I was alive, I did it this way. So let's try doing it the other way. When I was alive, I made this mistake. So I'm going to stop you from making that same mistake, baby girl. When I was alive, I thought so and so. But then now that I'm in the ancestral realm, I'm able to see things differently. And so I'm going to help you out, baby girl. Type in a 9 if you're with me. Remember, your ancestors are the ones who came before you. They lived through their challenges. Some of your ancestors actually overcame those same challenges that you're having right now. Some of your ancestors overcame them while they were still alive, but you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You didn't get to speak to them. You didn't have a conversation with them. I'll give you an example, perfect example. I'm a financial coach, right? I'm a certified money coach. I have my licenses, right? I have my master's in finance. I started my career in finance in 2015. So about next year, we'll make it a decade in the finance industry. So I know a little something about money, right? You would think I know a little something about money. So of course, I know how to manage other people's money. I know how to help other people. It took me a long time to start helping myself. As we know, right? Heart surgeons cannot perform heart surgery on themselves. All right. So those of you who are healers out there, right? Stop trying to heal yourself. You can't do it. A heart surgeon cannot open up their heart and do surgery on themselves. Okay. I had to learn that the hard way. All right. And so, of course, as I'm working through my finances, right? I'm working through my own money story. I shared something with my mom, right? Someone said, do you have room for one more? I just saw that. If you guys didn't click on the link, it's gone. They said I have one more spot, but I'm going to take some more people because there's some people who committed to paying, right? And they haven't paid yet. So again, as soon as I receive 25 payments, I am done, right? If not, it's going to be too much for me. Okay. So I want to give you your full attention. I want to give you all of me, right? So that you can get the best possible results from this ritual. So I can't have any more than 25 people. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and make your commitments now, or else it's gone. Okay. It's gone. And I won't be doing this ritual again until next year. Okay. So anyways, going back to the story. Okay. So I'm over here working on my own stuff, right? My own money stuff. And I tell my mom, and I'm having a conversation. This is my mother, right? A living ancestor. Okay. This is my mother. I'm speaking, and this is someone close to me. This is not my great grandma or great great grandma. This is literally one generation above me. Okay. So I'm speaking to my mom, and I'm like, Mommy, I'm thinking about getting a duplex or a triplex or a multi-unit, a multi-family, so I could just rent out the place and travel the world. Because when I was traveling before, I didn't really have, I didn't own anything really, right? I was just renting. And so this time I don't want to do that again. I want to own my place and go out and travel. And you know what she said to me? She said, have you thought about getting a new construction as well? And I said to myself, a new construction, number one, what's the big deal about new construction, right? New constructions usually are a lot easier to qualify for. Why? Because they're trying to fill it up, right? Especially if the developers, right? If the real estate developers, now I'm speaking big boy language, but you guys can hang. I know you guys can hang, okay? All right. When the real estate developers are developing an entire neighborhood or they're developing an entire residential area, right? They have deadlines to meet. And a lot of this money is borrowed money. And so they don't want to accrue interest, right, on this money. And so they want to hurry up and sell these homes. So number one, buying a new construction increases your likelihood of actually getting your offer accepted because they are in a hurry to fill it up. Number two, it buys you time. A lot of these pre-constructions, depending on how early you get in, may take an entire year before your house is built. Right? And number two, hello, I get to say that mommy and daddy built this house, right? Exactly. Right? I built this house, right? Because when you get a new construction, you are the first person in that house. Nobody else has ever been in that house. You literally built that house. I got that from a conversation with my mother, a living ancestor, just talking. I wasn't asking her for advice. I wasn't telling her, oh, mommy, what should I do? Nothing. I was just expressing what I'm thinking of. And from that conversation, she opened my eyes to a whole new possibility. Now, did I know about new construction before? Absolutely, I knew about new construction. But was new construction on my radar for me to think about me, myself, participating in new construction? Absolutely not. But that conversation with my mom opened up my eyes. Imagine a conversation with your grandma at your altar. Imagine a conversation with your great grandma at your altar. Imagine a conversation from your indigenous ancestors who own acres of land all over the Caribbean, all over the Americas, all over Africa. Imagine a simple conversation with your ancestors. Type in a 9 in the chat if you're with me. I'm getting goosebumps just telling you this. This is the power of working with your ancestors. They want you to own land. They want you to buy that house. They want you to have $5,000 saved. They want you to have $25,000 sitting in the bank. They want you to not even remember that you got paid today. They want that for you. Type in a 9 if you're with me. And so when you connect with your ancestors, you're not only honoring them, but you're tapping into the vast reservoir of knowledge and guidance. I'm going to repeat that. I wrote this in my notes. I'm reading it from my notes. You are tapping into a vast, huge reservoir. Oh, someone just took a spot. Oh no, it's somebody who made a commitment. Okay, I see you. All right, we still have spots left. You guys are grabbing these spots. I'm not playing. I'm not doing this ritual until next year. Okay, I have a ritual coming up for Get It. Fet Gede, so that's Day of the Dead. And I have a ritual coming for the New Year, for Bema Kaya, okay? And I have the New Year, New Money. So I won't be able to do this ritual until next year, okay? So this is, so it's either you get it now or you miss out, okay? All right? Or you have to wait till next year, okay? All right, so let's go back to this. When you're connecting with your ancestors, you're not only honoring them, but you're tapping into a vast, huge reservoir of knowledge and guidance that can help you understand the root cause of your financial struggles, that can help you blast through these financial blockages. All right? And so the last but not least, all right, practical steps. You guys ready for the practical steps? Okay. Now we're going to talk about practical steps. We talked about why is it important to work with your ancestors to overcome your financial blockages. We talked about what is a financial blockage. We talk about examples of financial blockages. We talked about the power of working with your ancestors. And now we're going to talk about how to clear your financial blockages. Step 1, cleanse your house. Cleanse your space. This is a big one. I've said this so many times. You're probably like, oh, Kat, not you again with this, not this again, not the cleaning. You said this in so many lives, and I'm going to keep saying it every live, every time, every single time I talk about clearing blockages, I'm always going to tell you to clean up because that is the truth. It never fails. You don't have to start with your entire house. Go start with your closet. Just go in your closet. Start with your closet. Start with one drawer. Start with your car. Start with something small. What's the smallest space in your house that you can go and organize? And make a commitment to get it done by Wednesday. I'm not going to say by the end of the week because you're going to wait till the end of the week to get started anyway. If I tell you by Sunday, you're going to wait till Sunday to do it anyway. So I'm going to tell you by Wednesday. You're probably going to wait till Wednesday to do it, but that at least that's 2 days from now and it's not a year from now. Or never, right? Start with the smallest space. I'm looking at my house right now, okay? There's a little corner, there's a chair. There's always that infamous chair that's got all sorts of clothes and junk on it. There's clean clothes on there. There's clothes that still have tags on there. There's backpacks. There's stuff for my altar. There's incense. I'm looking at some sort of cords on there. There's always that infamous chair that's got everything. You guys know what chair I'm talking about. There's always that one chair that's got all sorts of mess on it. Go clean that chair. Start with that and see how you feel. See how it feels once that chair is cleared out. Start with your chair. Number 2. Okay, step number 2. Your altar. Refresh your altar. If you don't have an altar, well, you need to be in my 30-day ritual because I'm going to teach you exactly how to set up your altar. Okay, or you can go on, those of you watching YouTube, so on this YouTube, just type in altar or ancestor and you'll see a list of different videos that will talk to you about an altar. Okay. If you already have an altar, refresh your altar. Get some fresh water in there, natural water, rainwater, ocean water, river water, right? Get some sort of fresh, natural water. Put a plant or flowers, fresh, beautiful, smells good. Put a clean cloth. If you have a white cloth, there should be no stains on your cloth, right? Cleanse your altar. Remember, money is energy. Energy. Money does not like chaos. It does not like clutter. It likes to flow easily. So if there's clutter all over your altar, if there's bugs, if there's mold on any of the fruits or food, that money's stuck. It's like, I'm trying to get to you. Hello, I'm trying to get to you. Right? Okay. And step number 3, speak to your family about your ancestors. Get to know your ancestors. Who is your grandma? What did she do for a living? Who's your great-grandma? Where's your great-great-great-grandfather from? What country are they from? Are they from the United States? When did your ancestors make it here to the United States? Were they already in the United States? Are they indigenous to the United States? What year did they make it to the States? And if they made it to the States from another country, what country was that? Get to know your folks. Do some research. Go digging. Get closer to your ancestors. Because when you get closer to your ancestors, you get closer to understanding who you are. You get closer to understanding your purpose. You get closer to understanding your prenatal choice. You get closer to understanding what you came here to do. And that's it for today, everyone. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up. All right. Any questions, comments, or observations? Type in a 3 in the chat if you found value in today's live topic. I like when you guys give me feedback, because it helps me see what you like, what don't you like, what are you bored of, what are you excited about, right? So that I can be better and create more impact and help you guys tap into your true power, right? Guys, I'm not the healer. It's you who's the healer. Well, I am a healer, but I'm not the one doing the healing. It's you doing the healing. My job is to help you see the healer within yourself. My job is to ignite the light that already lives within you. My job is to hold a mirror for you to see who you truly are. That's my job. And so help me do my job better. And give me some feedback. All right. Tell me what you like, don't you like? Did you find value? You didn't find value, whatever the case is. Okay. All right. Those of you who are still interested, I think someone just messaged me and asked me if I still have room. Okay. I have one spot left. Officially, I have one spot left for the ritual. Okay. Officially. Unofficially, I will take 2 or 3 more people because I have some people who haven't paid yet. Okay. And so as soon as I have 25 people who have paid, I am closing the ritual, and we will do it again next year. Okay. The next ritual will be for the Day of the Dead. We're going to do a ritual for the Day of the Dead. We're going to do a ritual for Makaya, which is Christmas area. And then, of course, my famous New Year, New Money. We're going to do that again for this year. So these are the upcoming rituals. So if you can't make this one, no hard feelings. They're going to be around anywhere from $33 to $77. Okay. When we're working with the law, it's going to be a lot more expensive. We have to pay our respects to the law. Okay. I can't have no $7 stuff with the law. Okay. Unfortunately, but the ancestor stuff will still be affordable. $33, between $33 and $77. Okay. All right, everyone. I don't see any questions in the chat. I don't see any comments. Well, I will see them as soon as I'm done. All right. That's my time for today. I'll see you next week. Same time, around 1 o'clock-ish. Okay. Today I came in around 1:30. Okay. I'm going to try to come on a little earlier next time, maybe closer to 1. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.